last stop on the road to War 22 brings us 28 days away and the end of a Dayz. Michael McCormick and Bryce, and we have got a jam-packed card kicking it off with Peachy Rodriguez and the War Wrestling Respect Championship rematch.
That we are. Last month at Nobody's Fool, we saw in the Fool's Gold match the title change hands.
Championship.
Formerly in the possession of this man here.
First, the challenger.
Speaking of Fools, Steve's here again.
Maverick.
He's resumed his coaching duties, and he's got one half of the first stringers, and River Maverick. Oh yeah, and he just happens to have a very ticked off Brandon Fields.
I mean, you can't really blame Brandon Fields. In a match type like the Fool's Gold match where it was 3-on-3, whichever side got pinned one way or another, something was going to change hands. And it just so happened Ryan Michaels pinned Brandon Fields. He became the War Respect Champion. And now Fields is out with a vengeance, looking to walk into the anniversary show with gold once again around his waist.
Fields, though, for his part, has taken absolutely no fault for what happened. He signed on the dotted line. He thought he had one over. He was going to end up getting his boys the tag team championships, and he was going to retain his own title.
Well, lo and behold, what he may have expected. The truth be told,
he's from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
All hail to the king himself. Ryan Michaels is here in Lima, Ohio.
I would say the champ is here, but I feel like I would get sued. So I didn't really say it, but Ryan Michaels here with the championship belt. Around his waist, looks good. And again, you'll look at kind of the lineage of the way that championship belt has been over the last couple of years. Fields, kind of by hook or by crook, ends up getting himself the championship. He said work smarter, not harder. That's how he got the belt. And, well, he kind of got worked to lose the championship.
There you see Michaels showing off what the people want to see. I'm talking clearly about the gold, nothing else. No insinuations there.
Well, and you know what's interesting, too, about Michaels is that even going into that championship tilt in the Fool's Gold match that we hadn't had in almost a decade and a half here in War, he had that kind of renewed sense of confidence that we didn't see him about 6 months ago when he goes through the breakup with Jacob Rose and losing the Humbler and, Nick Hahn. But he now just kind of has gotten himself on a roll, and he's a champion.
That he is, and I think, ironically enough, as partly the breakup with Jacob Rose has now inversely become why he's gained back his confidence. Jacob Rose going out and sabotaging his matches, be it against Orlando Christopher or just any which thing he's partaken in, has fueled a fire in him that he's not had for quite a bit now. And now it's led him to holding the War Respect Championship.
And almost immediately, look at these two on the outside. It's basically a 3-on-1 handicap match for the championship. And I gotta think that we gotta talk to some people. Oh, kick right to the mush.
Immediate big meaty boot there.
Right for the cover, and Peachy Rodriguez says, dose. But we gotta talk to some people in the next 4 weeks about banning that damn whistle for the anniversary show.
I don't know. I'm sure Steve will do everything he can to count it as a legal ringside object.
He's probably got Foggy Nelson working on it right now.
Oh, Ryan Michaels tumbling to the floor there. Now, folks, I'm sure you don't. Oh, with Peachy's back turn, Steve there just stamping down on that taped up shoulder of Michaels.
Steve seems to know all the ways that when an official is looking the opposite way, you take charge.
Even gave a body slam there to Michaels. Of course, leave it to Steve. Steve, a former referee himself.
We'll give it to him, or we'll not give it to him. He's got a great plan. Remember, he had it written down. He told us how great it was.
He did. It said game plan A, win. And then, well, that didn't work out last time, but so far, this game plan seems to be working now.
Fields held that championship for 3 months after he beat Apollo Starr in January at Chapter 22, Day 1. But Ryan Michaels you kind of felt the argument. It's the old Rockers argument about which one between he and Jacob Rose was going to be Shawn Michaels. You can't have two of them. Both guys kind of said, hey, this is going to be us, but I think it's been Michaels so far.
Both men have been on their own upward trajectories. Jacob Rose still having yet to lose a match in this year in singles competition.
How many times did he corner you backstage and tell you to mention that?
For my own safety, I
More
can't
than you'd
mention
like
that.
to admit, yeah.
But Ryan Michaels, just as you said, he's been on his own warpath.
Well, Michaels is just a pro in every way, but he's got a professional in front of him who knows all the same tricks he does. And it's kind of a matter of with two guys. So there you go, the eye rake always works out, but two guys who know each other as well as these two. Beautiful suplex by Fields. What do you have to do? Because you know the other one's playbook.
Absolutely. Ryan Michaels is a very, very experienced wrestler, as is Brandon Fields, though. Some of Michaels' greatest opponents across his career have been the likes of stablemates of Brandon Fields, specifically the likes of Cody Hawk, War Hall of Famer. Jack Vaughn has been alongside Fields as well. Men that Ryan Michaels has gone to war, battered leather to.
Literally.
Yes. And he knows what he needs to do to overcome the likes of Fields. He's pulling out outside of his soul everything he can.
Michaels with a right and a left-handed short clothesline. Works Fields right back into the corner. And talk about the number of years that are in the ring right now, because not only the two combatants, but a long-time referee who's seen everything in Peachy Rodriguez. And everything here and more.
Oh, River Maverick
pulling
Michaels to the floor there.
Again, the running game here with a 3-on-1.
Oh, straight head first into the ring post, and River does not seem to be done yet.
Not only that, the fact that Michaels caught his shoulder, which you already see the tape on. It just seems like it's academic at this point.
Despite what Brandon Fields and his cronies like to call themselves the varsity athletes, that doesn't exactly play out if your opponent's able to still kick out.
And the fans letting Coach Steve have it. It's a sign that the young man's got. It says bench the coach. I'm with that kid. Just too much Steve right now. But Brandon Fields saying we're not enough about him. I got to imagine. Just watch this. Watch what I can do. I can brutalize Ryan Michaels to the point where he doesn't want to work anymore. He should just give me that championship belt back.
There's always been a sense of extreme pride Brandon Fields has felt about himself. You don't call yourself the professional without a lack of thinking. You are the epitome of professional wrestling. He will always come out in every single match and prove to his opponent, or if not just himself, that yes, I am the cream of the crop of this industry.
Now he's saying it's over. He's taking a long time to make that trek in. I think Michaels kind of knew what was coming and talk about playbooks.
Over the
dropped
shoulder
him right on the back of his head.
Both men, they're absolutely feeling the effects of that suplex.
Steve is over there losing his mind. There's another one from Michaels. Oh, go the other way. And
right onto the tailbone was that one.
Fields is going to be singing a little higher. So back to back for Michaels, and usually setting up. There it is.
There's a leg sweep.
Normally a precursor for a handful of things, and River Maverick and Steve want nothing to do with the War Wrestling Respect Champion.
Not a common sight that you see Ryan Michaels actually ascend off the ropes there.
Some would say calculated.
And now, speaking of calculations, it seems he's preparing to make the equation to the end. The sharpshooter, getting rolled up.
Fields with a roll-up one, nearly was able to steal his championship back. So Michaels kind of made a mistake, but looking for that big spine buster. Fields
got him.
Beautiful slam. That's got to be it. New champion. 1, 2, and 3. Just a 2 count.
barely just a 2 at that. Peachy Rodriguez's fingertip is a centimeter or 2 away.
I got to believe that Brandon Fields right now is saying, Peachy, can you not count to 3? He's not a big fan of referees, as I understand.
There seems to be a large selection of wrestlers here amongst Wars alumni that aren't.
So Michaels just kind of out on his feet. Fields had to drag him up into the corner, and he's got some evil intentions here. Look at Michaels again. That right hand just trying to hold on to that top rope. He is pretty much dead weight.
That he is. You see he's just kind of slumped over there. Brandon Fields now ascending up. Oh, this can only spell disaster one way or another.
Fields looked like he was going to work out a DDT, but he took a lot of time. And now he's the one trying to fight his way back, and down he goes. Talking about Michaels doesn't go high very often. This one's not necessarily his decision, but River running buddies again.
River and Steve trying to pester Michaels to give Brandon enough time to get back up.
That's exactly what Brandon does. To the top.
Oh, jeez.
Threw him halfway across the ring.
Spun 180 degrees in the air to Michaels.
Splat. I felt that one. Fields now. He ended up on the other side of the ring, and it's kind of an unfortunate situation for him that he wasn't able to capitalize. And, you know, last month Steve tried this and he got knocked on his keister. This time a little bit different.
Right now, River Maverick in the ring.
Maverick up and a swing and a miss. But he got his own guy.
And now Michaels sending River on out.
Adios.
Back to the ocean with you, boy.
Now hooks him right back up into the sharpshooter.
And there it is, center of the ring.
Fields.
This is it.
This has got to be it. He's got it locked deep.
Is Fields going to tap? Yes, he does.
So Ryan Michaels with the 1-on-3 win. Still go 28 days from now into the anniversary show as the World Wrestling Respect Champion, and a well-earned win for him.
Yes, it most absolutely is. Ryan Michaels will be heading into May 31st, 2025 with gold around his waist.
Now a little bit of you did it, no you did it. Pretty much the Spider-Man meme that they're trying to recreate down there.
I'm sure somehow they'll blame Connor Knox despite him not being here.
I would imagine. They might blame you.
Hey, I'm just saying it how it is.
Michaels has got a microphone.
A microphone, you could say.
Hello, Ohio, how we doing? So I'm gonna make this short and sweet for y'all. There's a lot of action to go on tonight. We gotta get ready for our big anniversary show, right? So speaking of that, I am proud to be your Respect Champion. So everyone in the back, you should better be listening. Each and every month, while I have this, I will take open challenges from anybody to bring respect and loyalty back to this championship.
That is a heck of a thing.
Except on the anniversary show. Because if we are going to raise the bar of what this championship represents, then I am making the very first challenge. And I think it's one y'all are gonna like. At War 22 for the Respect Championship. One more time, Ryan Michaels and Orlando Christopher.
Wow. As if that show in a couple weeks can't get any bigger.
Once more, for old time's sake.
What do you guys think?
I think the fans in Lima love that idea. Tell your friends, buy tickets now.
I think I love that idea.
Fans are big fans of Orlando. Christopher, oh, come on.
No.
He's not even on the show tonight.
Let me get this straight. You want to wrestle the guy that I beat last month. After I put your face in the ground 2 months ago. You want to say you want to raise the bar? I proved for the past 4 months I am the bar in war. Boy, have you lost your damn mind?
Can't argue with his winning streak, though.
You know what? Like I said, I'm going to be a fighting champion for this company, for all of you. If you want to go back and get your crappy ass khakis and put your gear on, why don't you and I fight for this later tonight?
Wait a second. The chairman of the board's on his way to put a stop to something. Oh, and he's going to pay for it. Straight right hands.
Immediately rolls out to Jacob Rose. Probably for the best.
Hey! You guys, we ain't doing this tonight because I have a better idea. You're fighting champion Michaels. You want a shot? Anniversary show. We can go big, we can go home, right? It's the biggest show of the year, right?
Yes, it is.
You're read my mind, sir. This is a triple threat. And not only that, I say we take that title, we hang it for the rafters, and we make it a ladder match.
Wow. Ripper Blackheart, the chairman of the board.
A ladder match for the War Respect Championship.
And a triple threat with 3 of the best at that. Look at Michaels just staring up of what he thought he was going to have to deal with just OC. Now he's got to deal with his past as well.
Well, folks, you heard it from Ripper Blackheart, Ryan Michaels, Orlando Christopher, Jacob Rose. Triple threat ladder match on May 31st for the War Respect Championship. Stay tuned, though, because this is just the beginning of our night of action. We still have plenty more to come.
Matches in a row, you have done nothing but screw up game plan A and game plan B. They weren't very hard. It was beat Ryan Michaels and put the title back on Fields' waist. So I'm going to tell you what. Next show, War Anniversary, you, Knox, are in the Battle Royal. One of you two better win. And to get on Fields' good side, you better hand over that title shot to Fields.
Let's go.
I swear, hey, it's all his fault. I give him one simple thing, and he can't do it.
No.
We were here. He wasn't. He was over in left field.
Stop. I'm just...
It's all your fault.
I'm going on vacation.
I can't. Look what you made him do.
Even though 2 months ago I put Ryan Michaels down on the mat, he still wants to face the guy that I beat last month? Why?
You're a real piece of shit. You know that?
Me?
You know that?
Me? Why?
Come out there. For once, you need to listen. For once, you're going to listen. If you wanted this, if you wanted a shot at this, you're going to... I told you, after the anniversary show, it is an open challenge to anyone as long as I have this.
I'm not waiting until after the anniversary show because I deserve the damn spotlight here.
Over a guy you beat by cheating. Again. Like you always do. You were the problem in the entourage. You're still a problem here. God's gift to wrestling. God's gift to war. All the other crap that spews out of your mouth. When it comes knuckle time and that bell rings, son, at this anniversary show, you're gonna learn fast why that man's a Hall of Famer, why he's done it all. And you're gonna learn that when I sit there and go around telling everyone that I'm king, it ain't no gimmick. It ain't because I wear no freaking crown. It ain't because I got to list all these accomplishments. So when I get in there and I'm pissed off, it's the real thing. So you're going to watch as I climb an 8-foot ladder and take away all your dreams, all that talking that you've been doing. I've forgotten that you get back!
We talked about young men who have won quite a few matches recently in the last segment. This time, that little gentleman in the front, he's not exactly been having a good 25.
It's scheduled for one fall, and it is for
So the crew represented by a Thunderbird, Jake Ely.
representing the crew from Akron, Ohio, Thunderbird, Jake Ely.
While Jake Ely's own personal record hasn't been as good as he had hoped it'd been this year, you can't deny that his contributions to the crew this year have led him to still be one of the most dominant forces here on War's roster. They have gone and run roughshod across anybody they've come across. And honestly, here's the thing. A lot of the time, their MO isn't even necessarily about winning. It's just about wanting to do things their way. They want to play the rules how they want to play them.
Although, to be honest, I can't remember him winning as a member of the crew. I think October in that tag match with Jimmy Shane as his partner, kind of right around the formation of the crew, might have been the last time he won a match.
Well, for our sake, before he hears this back and we have to hear him yap about it at the anniversary show, then we'll just keep it all in mind.
Cody!
The longtime veteran who has got 2 matches left in War Wrestling, this being his penultimate outing. He wants to prove, well, a lot of things. Was unable to make the show we had last month, but said, I'm going to come out, I'm going to come in March, I'm going to come in focused. I'm going to deal with the issues that he's had maritally and try to figure out that whole deal. But Cody Jones is a former War Wrestling champion. He's a former War Wrestling Respect champion. He's not a guy you can take lightly if you're Jake Ely and you think it's just an easy night at the office.
Absolutely. They always say a man with nothing else to lose is the most dangerous type of man you can face. And as Cody Jones is, as we mentioned, only this match and his next at the anniversary show away from hanging up his boots, then this is the type of guy that you need to pull out all the stops on.
And I have no idea what he's going to be doing necessarily at the anniversary show, but he is almost Mr. Anniversary Show because he's had matches in this building that are just part of the fabric of what that show is every year. And he comes out, he seems pretty confident, seems good to go. He's been dealing with some nagging injuries, but I feel like he's all business tonight. Jake Ely is going to fly away, hopefully.
I'm not so sure about that one. Cody does not look bemused.
He's just staring at him of, are we going to get this going? Are we going to fight? Are we going to pose? Hello.
Hey, that makes your feelings pretty easily known.
I have heard that Jake Ely is number 1.
Well,
I think he told me the story differently, though.
We saw someone else proclaim themselves as number 1 on our pre-show match.
He goes right to the lockup and shoves Jake into the corner. I think that was a little bit of, hey, you're not going to get one over on me here. This is not going to be an easy night, like I said, for you. And, Cody, there are a handful of guys in the locker room that I would not want to cross, and he would be pretty darn high on the top of that list.
Absolutely. Cody Jones is, you listed his accolades earlier. He is a formidable foe in every sense of the word and every context.
And he's already had issues with the crew, of course, beat Jimmy Shane, and then Paloma Starr came out. We thought kind of this is going to be a nice moment until she laid him out with a chair. Now Cody, 23 years in the business, and we see the shirt trained by his dad, the legendary Tom Jones, and a guy who's been around, been a little bit of everywhere, man, as the song goes, and I don't think he's really having the tomfoolery of the Thunderbird.
Jake Ely is not taking the crowd response well, them perhaps rightfully berating his antics.
Jake Ely is one of those guys who believes he's the main character of every story, not even just his, but everyone's, and I can't take it away from him. I mean, OCW, Triple Crown champion. He's a guy who can get it done in the ring. You just kind of question his methods at times, and I think slapping Cody Jones in the face, right back to the eyes. He said, "No, ref, I got him on the forehead."
Oh, the Jake Ely now dragging the face of Cody across that top rope. That's that steel cable wire underneath that electrical tape.
And again, maybe the wrong guy that he's got it with. He's just going to choke him out. And Joe Kopaz I feel like Joe's going to have enough of this at some point.
Oh, he will eventually. There's only so much you can do before a referee has to decide, all right, you've bented the rules enough.
Oh. Cody with a straight right hand to the noggin.
Cody Jones is the type to say, I don't want to lose. I don't want to win by a technicality. I just want to beat you down. Jake Ely, though, not even going to let him have the chance.
Jake Ely doesn't care as long as he wins.
True.
We've seen that already here in World Wrestling. Oh, right to the point of the top of the head.
Cody Jones feeling that one. Looks a little loopy there, so you had to make sure he still had some feelings in his fingers.
I think he might be seeing double. The elbow kind of right on that top of the point of the head.
And the crown definitely getting bent in there.
Just if you imagine what Ely could do if he just stayed on Cody Jones and a beautiful drop kick.
As much as Jake Ely might seem like a bit of a goof at times, he is a master when it comes to aerial maneuvers such as that. For a man of his stature, he gets surprising height when he does a standing drop kick.
Cody Jones has had just knockdown, drag out fights in this building, and knowing that both guys are going to have to strap up the boots, I'm really surprised, but Jake Ely left the crew in the back. I don't know that means they'll stay there, but...
Well, we've seen this with matches the crew have been involved in before. They temporarily leave, and then we have to keep our heads on a swivel just to make sure one of them doesn't immediately peer from the likes of the exit door or something.
Well, we're not that far away from the Wise Guys who defeated the Wikked to earn a tag team championship match. They're coming up in a bit. They take on Gimmicks Inc. and maybe they're just for once trying to stay focused and let Jake go out on his own.
Well, so far he's handled himself really well, but there you see that power slam from Jones, and it can just turn on the dime like right that.
That might be the quite literal turning point of this match, because Cody had been kind of trying to fight himself back to neutral and right to the face. I give it a 10. All the way up. This is going to signal bad things. Jake able to fight his way back. And
something out the back. Ooh. Jones.
Ripcord drop kick? That's a new one.
Yeah, Jones just left laying there. Still wasn't quite enough, though.
That's a hard move, though, because Ely, with that low center of gravity, able to spin and kind of on that drop, make Cody look and kind of say, wait a second.
Yeah, you saw both the heels of Ely's boots went straight into the neck and jaw of Jones. For a lot of people, that's enough to knock your lights out.
Ely says, that's it, we're done here, but he has taken a ton of time to get up to the top rope instead of just capitalizing on his handiwork.
Jones
all the way to the top.
Still in position.
And the miss, nobody's home.
The Swanton went out and said goodbye. Jones now clamoring himself up to his feet.
Jones thinking about going to Top Rope City by himself. So, again, Joe Kopaz being held up by Jake Ely. Nowhere.
Hey,
oh, come on.
As much as it is not exactly the cleanest maneuver, it's wise tactically, forcing the referee to make your opponent lose balance.
Well, Joe was angry with the Thunderbird and Jake Ely before. He's going to look at it, maybe fly here. Wait a second.
Paloma Starr.
Why is she out here? I didn't even know she was in the building. She's got, what is in her hand?
I'm not sure.
Come on.
Kick from Ely, and then Paloma now throwing Jones into the barricade and stomping on him.
It's a disqualification, I believe. Ely thinks that he thinks he won it. Again, he's trying to find that smart, but Paloma
this match as the result of a disqualification
is indirectly giving her husband a win.
Yep, Paloma there standing tall over Cody, planting her boot firmly into his chest. Ely, of course, looking incensed. He wants to get into the middle of this, but this is
Joe just tried to shove him to the back, and Paloma, you know you got to be a bad bee if you come out and beat up your husband with a Hello Kitty backpack.
Oh, I think there's something else in that backpack.
Oh, come on.
Purse straight to the head.
Wait, what? Cody went down like a sack of potatoes. What was in the purse?
Who knows what could be in there, whatever it was.
People keep on asking me, why, Paloma? Why?
That's what we're asking.
Yeah, why would you do it, Paloma?
Why did I do what I did last night?
She's hit him with a chair and now laid him out again.
That even though we've been together for 18 years,
Apparently, till death do us part has become a whole other thing.
I don't think you know why I did what I did.
Oh.
You know, y'all want to know why I did what I did? How do you want to know why I did what I did? It's because I'm tired of your shit.
Wow. Sorry for the language.
I am tired of you not remembering who the real star is in this relationship.
This whole thing just became not safe for work.
I think we were past that point a little while ago.
I don't just want the spotlight. I am the spotlight. And all I've been hearing is that you're going to retire. You've been wrestling for 23 years. And you know what's funny? For those 23 years, we've been attached for the last 18.
Maybe the most personal rivalry we have in here.
It's only fitting that we're attached once again.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, that answers your question from earlier.
Well, no wonder why she laid Cody out.
So, May 31st for the War Anniversary Show. Paloma Starr versus Cody Jones in a dog collar match.
Wow.
What? A dog collar match?
Marital bliss is just an ending it. Not this way.
Head first, straight into the chains.
Trying to make the face of her husband unpretty. He's out. So the former War Wrestling Women's Champion just laid out the former War Wrestling Men's Champion. And this is going to be...
I mean, you heard what she said. Paloma, for 23 years between them, she's tired of Cody. She's tired of thinking of himself. And as I don't know all the details, but
She just made his retirement about her.
I mean, that she did, but no matter what you may think between who's in the right or wrong, May 31st, I'm sure we will see those two collide one way or another, dog collar involved or not.
Yeah, check out warwrestling.com. Make sure to get your tickets. Bring like 15 of your friends, because it is already shaping up to be a massive night of action as we just continue to set things up here at End of Days.
Jake Ely is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Every show, every time Jake Ely comes out here, he gets screwed. Somehow, some way, the universe does not want Jake Ely to win. And it's not Jake Ely's fault. It's the ref's fault. It's Cody Jones and his inability to keep his house together fault. I come out here and I give Lima everything I have every time I'm out there, and you know what I get in return? Absolutely nothing but a bunch of laughs in my face. So you know what? If nobody wants to listen to Jake Ely's problems, then he's going to make everybody a problem for themselves. You know what he's saying now? Listen, now you got Jake Ely all hot, so you know what Jake Ely's going to do? He's going to enter into the Jeremy McQueen Battle Royal at the anniversary show. He's going to eliminate everybody who wants to go toe-to-toe with the Thunderbird. And he's going to show Lima what the Thunderweight Championship is really all about, baby. You heard me right. I am the Thunderbird. You hear me roar. Kaka!
War Wrestling Tag Team Championship action. Two of those five individuals in action here in a second. That's the crew represented by the #1 contenders, Gio the Capo and Brutal Tommy Hamilton.
Introducing first, representing the crew, the challengers.
These guys have said we haven't had the championships for too long. We're going to come to Lima. We're going to win back our titles. We're going to go find some ladies. We're going to drink and we're going to leave.
Well, if there's any team that is able to execute that game plan in full, it is the Wise Guys.
Not without them proving themselves the last handful of months, but winning in that four-way match to be able to get to this point, they really are at a kind of an odd disadvantage at times, because the way Gimmicks Inc. operates, you never know who it's going to end up being defended by.
Well, we're in for the same case. We don't know who John Paul's partner is tonight.
From Paris, France, the mastermind, John Paul Adriano.
My question is always, before John Paul walks out, do you think he knows?
I'm never quite sure.
And his partner.
Who is his partner, Rick?
Is it Kilmore? Is it Mike? Is it Michaels again?
I'm not. Is it you?
It might be.
Is it Steve? Is that why Steve's not here anymore? Who is his partner? Look at the confidence, though, from John Paul. Wait a second.
Does this seem familiar to you?
I've heard this somewhere before. Was it on the, wait a minute, who the hell is
And his
that?
partner, Darts Starr.
Oh, I think this was on the War, That's What We Call Music CD we had back in the day.
Oh yeah, from like 2012.
I think so, it was a while ago. Who the hell is...
It's Dark Starro. If I heard Rick Toms correctly.
I don't know a lot about this. Starro.
I've never heard of an individual named Dark Starro.
So the newest member of Gimmicks Inc.
And seemingly War's roster. He must he's probably a member of Gimmicks Inc. that John Paul met along his international travels I know he visited like the South America there for a little while.
Do you think John Paul can mime Spanish?
I don't think you have to know a language to do mimicry.
I don't know how they. Wait a minute. High five? No, they're gonna. I don't know how these guys communicate, but I know how the gentlemen on the other side communicate violence. And
well,
I don't think they're not here for this.
All the same.
Wait a second. So it'll be John Paul who will start this out? I'm not quite sure what is happening tonight. We talk about it, and it's almost always the show right before the anniversary show. Everything goes awry.
If there's one thing that we can be assured of, it's that John Paul will always, no matter who he brings with him, they always seem to have quite the connection.
You know, Jean Paul's looking in great shape. I think he slimmed down a little bit. He stopped smoking. Couldn't find those imaginary cigarettes everywhere. I kept tripping on them.
True. I heard he traded him in for a Mape.
Now he had to get himself a drink of water. Oh no, straps down. Uh-oh, no, Bryce. He is serious tonight.
Straps down in the very beginning of the match. Oh boy.
I think he mimed up.
He's mimed up and he's ready to roll.
There's a very angry gentleman in front of him. Again, I use gentleman because last time I said something, I was threatened in the hallway.
Tommy Hamilton just using that height advantage over John Paul.
John Paul. Oh, just a beautiful reversal. And you know, you got to watch out, though, because if you're Tommy Hamilton and you screw around too much, he'll get put in a box.
True. And right now, he's getting put into a knot right now. There for a second. John Paul was able to cut him down to size, take out the back of his knee. And again, here you see, oh, well, he was starting to pull down Hamilton.
Oh, he got him a roll through. And how about the technical wrestling from the mastermind?
Yeah, the head scissors are in. Hamilton is still stuck there on the floor.
Oh, and the fact that Tommy was going to try to reverse that and slam one half of the World Wrestling Tag Team Champions, but he wasn't able to work himself back out of it.
At this rate, I think Tommy Hamilton's flannel is going to get tied up into his arm socket.
I think Gino's not watching the same match that Tommy's struggling with right now. So the enigma that is Gimmicks Inc. continues. We've seen so many different guys over the last 6 months. And El Bizarro right now.
Well, El Starro is he's wanting a tag.
This is
see what the man's medal is made of.
This is just different. Remember?
Oh, very high jump there.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Oh no, he's not going to try to box him, is he?
Nope.
Put him right back with a drop kick.
He's using Muay Thai instead.
Oh, and the tag to Gino. Eat one for you too.
Now look at that, standing up is Jean Paul.
Drop kick to both of the Wise Guys.
When have you seen both members of the Wise Guys get knocked off their feet at the same time?
I think that's an easy answer. I don't think I've ever seen it. You also got to watch out for the Mime 19. See, almost right up cue.
Hey, he must have heard you.
I think he's telepathy. And the
El Starro is giving Gino saying,
Master Mime with a feet to the face for Gino. That might be all.
Is this already over? No. Maybe perhaps got a little too arrogant there, having Gino so close to the Wise Guys' corner.
I actually think with as high as the way he kind of went around, he kicked Gino halfway across the ring, kind of into the wrong corner. So Dark Starr trying to get in, but shot across.
Getting launched around this ring like a missile.
Just pinballed it. Right into the clothesline. 1, 2, and no.
Not quite. Jean Paul reaching out to El Dark Starro.
You know, Gino cut a very profanity-laced, angry promo after the match last month when they beat the Wikked, put the 3G on Amos. They were able to become the #1 contenders, and he said, you know, it's apropos that, and I was impressed that he used the word apropos because it's Gino.
Well, you know.
He said it's very apropos that this show is called End of Days because it will be the end day of the title reign of Gimmicks Inc.
He's doing everything he can to try and ensure that fate comes to pass.
Kick to the ribs.
Yeah, you can see Jean Paul is hung in his side now. He is not feeling well after that.
With the size 15 right square in the rib cage. Gino feels he's got it in control, but he cannot lift the mime.
Jean Paul holding onto that middle row for dear life. Stomach check.
Jean Paul with the over, but Gino held on to the ropes. His partner trying to get up there to help him, and
Tommy made it just in time.
Say what you want about the wise guys, but 2 immediately in sync on the roll-up. 1, no.
Flank of the head there with the legs.
Oh,
Gino just a right hand.
Not only that, but Gino's entire follow-through with his body weight just collapsed. The War Wrestling Tag Team Champion. And Tommy.
Humongous leg drop there.
Beats people up for fun, and he might be winning title. No.
300 plus pounds of pure meat dropped on your clavicle.
I think his leg's big enough, he got him everywhere.
Yeah.
Just destroyed him.
An utter ham hock.
It's like dropping a puke on somebody. I would say, other than Beastman, Cronus, maybe Xodiak, he might be one of the 4 or 5 biggest guys here. And the roll up again, barely netting a 2 count.
Jean Paul hanging on for dear life. You saw he's trying to reach out to El Dark Starro, but still just got cut off there in the cover. Only was a 2.
But these 2s are getting deeper and deeper each time. And a kick to the arm of Dark Starro. Remember, this match has been going on for about 5 or 6 minutes now, and it has been just straight brutalization by the challengers. They go back and again, both legs hooked, but only a 2, and it's not good for Jean Paul.
We've seen this with Jean Paul though before. He has survived quite long beatings here inside a War ring over the years. And especially during this tag team title reign, if there's one thing Jean Paul is able to show off every single match he's in, it's that he has a surprising amount of stamina.
There it is again. Got him with a jawbreaker, and he tried to jump and make the tag. Gino, he didn't see him go through.
Caught the leg.
Get it. Oh, Dark Starro again. Beautiful security.
And this is going to be it.
He looked the wrong way. Now he's got him.
El Dark Starro officially tagged in.
House of Dark Starro Fury. 1 and 2, and look at the masked man fly. The low bridge. Goodbye, Gino.
Gino's gone sent out, and so is Tommy.
Wait a minute.
El Dark Starro.
I don't have any background other than some VHS tapes I was able to find. But can he fly? Yes, he can. Nearly into the front row.
Showing off some signature offensive of Lucha Libre.
I don't know where they found him, but an impressive opening here for him. Now I guess the de facto half of the tag team champs up at the top. Either one of the wise guys.
Crossbody there onto Gino.
Hamilton was able to get out of the way, and he ate a boot.
El Dark Starro takes down Hamilton.
This is a 1, 2, nearly a 3 count for Gimmicks Inc.
Ref Patterson only counted a 2 there, and the whole entirety of the War audience here is stamping and clapping there for Gimmicks Inc.
Oh, and The tag was made, but in the oddest way and the hard way in. Now everybody, a complete reversal in about 30 seconds as the challenger's looking for the 3G. And
super kick. Turn it in, do a
and
flip.
another right in the mush. There's the cover. Stacked him up. 1, 2, and 3.
Gimmicks Sinks retain the War Tag Team Championship.
War Wrestling's Tag Team
The multiple-time winner is Jean Paul, but the El Dark Starro for the first time came out of nowhere and helps Gimmicks Inc. procure that win. The crew got beat at their own game.
They did. Every time we come in here, we always ask the same question. How is Gimmicks Inc., seemingly with partners at random, going to be able to find a way to secure their titles and leave with them? And they always show us somehow or another, they manage.
Are we in Gimmicks Inc.?
Is the crowd in Gimmicks Inc.?
How many members of Gimmicks Inc. are there?
I don't know.
For tonight there are 2, and they are still the War Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
I'm pretty sure I tried looking at the registry list of Gimmicks Inc. once and I found a 50-page document.
Yeah, CageMatch.net was not very helpful.
Well, folks, all the same, stay tuned. More action coming to you.
Partner, whatever happened out there was nothing short of egregious. You see, the wise guys, we are the real deal. Gimmicks Inc., you keep bringing in all these people. L-Dog Starro, are you freaking kidding me? Everyone in the building knows that was Matt Taylor. You brought in Party Mike. You bring in Savio, what's-his-face. You bring in Mr. Kilmore. You bring in a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker. You bring them all, Gimmicks Inc. You bring them all on May 31st. Because the wise guys are showing up to take your tag titles, so I don't care how many it is, because you're taking on the 2 from the crew that are coming for you. And if you got a problem with that, you are gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, business is about to become
Our next match is scheduled for 1 fall.
evil and frantic,
By Jesse
brutal.
Black. He represents the Wikked. From Boston, Massachusetts, the Lycan, Alex Lynch.
So Alex Lynch scheduled to take on the Hall of Famer, the Triple Crown champion, and a guy that he's beaten already in Apollo Starr tonight, but Alex Lynch is never in a good mood. Jesse Black has not been in a great mood with everything that's happened the last couple of months, but the guy that he's about to have come through the curtain is very ticked off right now about the antics of Alex Lynch and some things that he said in Apollo Starr.
Very, very true. Alex Lynch is fearsome, formidable, and ferocious. But when you're going up against the likes of Mr. Mo Better wrestling himself, it's going to take a whole lot to be able to knock this man down.
By way of Buffalo, New York.
You know, I think that's maybe the biggest compliment about Apollo Starr is that he's able to go from happy-go-lucky and then he punches you in the mouth. He dances. You're kind of down on the mat looking for your teeth, trying to figure out where the hell they went, but he's not to be trifled with.
No, he is not. Like you said, he can go from smiling 1 second to having his teeth bared and ripping into you and then leave you laying and go right back to smiling again.
Look, he's so dangerous, he nearly knocked out Peachy Rodriguez with his towel. That's it's not even a place you want to go. But you know, we've seen obviously the brutal side, the happy side, the fatherly side of Apollo Starr, having to teach his own son a lesson of, you know, you don't want to come for what's mine. And he likes him. He does not like Alex Lynch.
If he's able to do that to him, what will he be willing to do to you? But you talked about it earlier. We've seen what Apollo's willing to do to Alex Lynch, but we've also seen what Alex Lynch has done to Apollo Starr. Alex Lynch has taken a metaphorical bite out of the jugular of Apollo's neck in the form of getting a win over him, something that is very few and far between to have happen to you these days.
That's not a good choice for Lynch. Patting Apollo Starr in the head, it's probably not smart. But you go back and I talked about it last month, that just almost a train wreck by Apollo. But the lichen about being a werewolf, and that's the deal for Alex Lynch, and he had to come explain it to me because he told us we weren't smart enough to get it. That kind of becoming his power, and he thought he was mad and he thought he was effective before. Wait till it gets dark out. Ooh.
He is absolutely a night owl, that's for certain.
And Apollo, he just pretty much bowling balled it.
Stamping there and dropping the elbow directly in the same spot. Lynch there, wisely rolling out, trying to get distance between himself and Apollo as much as he can.
Also keeping in mind that Jexy Black is at ringside for this match. That in and of itself is always an adventure. And there you go, right behind Apollo, almost right on cue. Just Apollo. A long enough distraction, and here's Lynch again.
P.T. Rodriguez, he looked like he was primed and ready to disqualify Alex right there for Jexy's interference. We know that Jexy is not afraid to get involved in matches.
But remember, Jexy is running on emotion right now. She's not happy with a lot of people in this company. And Alex Lynch, even a second ago, kind of walked up to her and said, chill, I got this. Not wanting to kind of have what we saw earlier with that disqualification.
Very true. Just as a reminder, folks, Jexy Black, the reason why she's so upset as of late is because Beastman has been stripped of the War Championship due to his actions against Crash Jackson and members of the War security and staff. The title has been vacated. It will be challenged for and have a new champion crowned at the anniversary show on May 31st. Beastman has earned his right back into that match. Later on in our main event, we will have the second half of that match determined. But right now, Alex Lynch picking up Apollo.
Also not even taking into account the fact that she's ticked off about losing the tag team championships, and that and the whole Gimmicks Inc. deal, the whole Matt Taylor deal. She's just kind of a very happy and unhappy individual right now. And she screamed at me in the hallway, so I'm afraid of her.
She screams at me every time I make eye contact with her.
That big main event, though, Crash Jackson taking on Xodiak the Mystic, and it doesn't get much bigger than that to have to take on Beastman. But these are two guys that, you know, in that future, kind of feeling like they can get a kind of signature win here and put themselves back in that championship conversation in June, and then would have come back here in September.
Indeed. Apollo Starr, of course, as we mentioned, he's a man who's captured every single title that he can in War. He is always looking to show his excellence, get back up to that realm. But Alex Lynch, newer to the scene, trying to prove himself with every appearance he makes. And so far, these battles he's had with Apollo Starr have gone and shown that he is a formidable person. He is deserving to be in that position. But you can see right now, just chucking Apollo like a sack of potatoes.
You know, I was going to say advantage Apollo because with those two heavy-handed chops and then the kick, but Lynch, almost as if it fired him up, down on that suplex, nearly turn it into a brain buster, maybe 3, 1 and 2. Now again, Lynch goes deeper into that water of how do I push him over the edge?
Yeah,
how do I get rid of him?
You saw him look frustrated there. He let out a huff. He looked up at the sky, and he muttered something to himself, and I'm sure it was to that effect.
Lynch with a full head of steam. Appollo with the up and over, and Lynch kind of got lost, and Appollo dropped down to perfect throw.
Tricking out Lynch, making him think he's going one way. He's going down under.
I think if you were going to create a wrestler on this roster, you would probably start with a lot of the attributes and a lot of the moves that seem to come out of nowhere that Apollo Starr can deliver. And he's going to go right back at boxing and martial arts background. You can't go to a place that he goes to.
Here we saw it just then. Apollo likes to have fun. He likes to get a groove going. And he'll still parlay that into smashing you into the floor.
Well, I guess the good news for Jexy Black is that screaming kick out at Alex Lynch worked. So Apollo, again, he's got so many moves. You go crotch, you go the gas chamber, just ways that he can put guys away. And he's been doing it for the better part of 20 years.
Apollo now. See, look at that. Simply just knowing how to guide the body. Take the arm, push the shoulder. Instantly you fall down.
Not only that, knowing ring positioning as Lynch has a long way to get over there. And Jexy's not going to be able to help him because the table's over there and Slick Rick's in the way.
Lynch slowly edging his way over to the ropes. He's almost, okay, he's within range. Apollo's going to have to let go here.
Maybe he doesn't.
Well, Apollo knows the rules, but so that means he's going to hold on for every second that he is allowed to, just so he can inflict maximum damage to his opponent.
And again, if he hooks any of these moves, the ripcord, made a mistake. Lynch made him pay for it, and it's Uranagi with that little bit of torque. 1, 2, and again, Apollo able to get out.
Lynch is looking more and more frustrated. Now just throttling rights down onto the cranium of Apollo.
I think Alex Lynch might be a little ticked off about that roll-up. They lost to Will the Thrill last month. Because that's how this whole thing comes about. You go back a couple of months ago, Lynch beats Apollo with the spear. Apollo doesn't take well to it. And he has to come out to save Will the Thrill from a post-match beatdown. That's how we got back to where we are right now. But Lynch is motivated to take on a Hall of Famer.
Look at that, just Lynch left lying there, immediately seeing stars. Apollo has him right where he wants him.
Ring positioning.
Crank that neck back and nowhere to go.
Dead center. If I'm Lynch, I might start thinking about the future and just give this one away. That is we thought it was long before. He's twice as far away, dead center of the ring as he was the last time.
Yeah, that crossface continuing just to pull back on the face.
Oh, and Jexy trying to help along the way.
Right back to the exact same spot on the rope, too. Alex Lynch, if he's likes to
and
call
Apollo, he's not going to break it. Lynch is going to win, but at what cost?
I think Apollo's just had enough of Lynch's behavior. He's tired of the Wikked. He's tired of Jexy. He's tired of everything they've done. Like I said earlier, it's very rare that Apollo loses a match
or his cool.
Result of a disqualification. The Lycan
Apollo has lived by snap or tap for years, but he quite literally did both.
Yeah, and you see, he's just acting as if he's a werewolf himself. He's barking at Jexy. He locked eyes with her. He made Jexy Black recoil. When has Jexy ever shrunk in the presence of somebody?
It is interesting to see how we got to this point, but Apollo Starr takes the loss. The Hall of Famer 14 years ago, won his first World Wrestling title, but this one was just about punishing. I don't even know that it was about punishing Alex Lynch. It was about making a statement to Jexy Black.
Yeah, and I can faintly hear what he's saying. He's like, you see that? I did that. What more do you want? You step to me, I step to you. I take you out one by one.
Pay window says Alex Lynch is the winner. He doesn't look like it.
Well, whatever actions will be taken with Appollo aside, we still have more coming at you, folks. Stay tuned.
Dog collar match is what you asked for. You asked for a dog collar match. You've been with me for 18 years. You know what I'm capable of. 23 years, when the lights are bright, the names are big, the crowd's loud, the stage is the biggest. I deliver. My final match, your best match, will be May 31st. War 22. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to bring out to the ring Shawna Reed and No Shame, Jimmy Shane.
Well, everybody, there's a pair of names that you do not want to hear.
Ever. Just in general. We've seen, this will be the third time now that this duo has made their way out here. The two-time World Wrestling Women's Champion in Shawna Reed, No Shame Jimmy Shane, and of course the crew. Not been a good night overall for the crew, so this should be pretty interesting. Always make sure you get the crew up for the photo op, right?
Hey, if they see a camera, they're going to at least aim for it.
So Shawna Reed, conspicuous by her absence due to an emergency in Europe last month, sent an able body, I guess a replacement of sorts, in her place, and she said, I don't really have to be here and defend the title against Paris McQueen. I'll send Alexis Littlefoot.
First of all, Rick Tom, you introduced me as proper. I am the War Women's Champion, Shawna Reed. Not just Shawna Reed. That's for that no life, haven't earned anything bimbo in the back.
Wow.
Now, for the past 2.5 years, I have carried this women's division, and I haven't gotten anything from you guys. I haven't gotten a thank you. All I've gotten is disrespect.
Well, that's a subjective opinion.
People like Paris McQueen. But let's be honest, you guys never cheered her before until she stepped in the ring with me. You might hate it, but I made your heroes. So I'll say this for you, Lima. You're welcome. The past few weeks.
This has been a common theme throughout the Nice Brights. You talk too much and run your mouth, and someone appears.
True.
This is not going to be good for the World Wrestling Women's Champion. And remember, that young lady in Paris McQueen. I think maybe has a microphone that doesn't work.
What you just said.
Wow.
Shit, Shawna! You think you're great?
getting a tongue lashing right now.
That
Is
she
that
is.
for a purpose or just to be annoying? Shut up! I want that title, Shawna. Most people do.
Oh, hey, straight to the point there.
Everything from you. After that, all you got some of that boy toy. I'm all for it, whatever.
Paris, if you want me so bad,
I was gonna say, did Paris just
you
flirt
can
with
have
Shane?
me
When he tells the story.
right now in a match.
Is Jimmy Shane challenging Paris McQueen?
I don't know, but Paris doesn't seem to hate the fact that it's 2-on-1, but I think she may be gaining a partner.
Well, we heard this music earlier. I don't know if it was maybe a production mishap.
Wait a second.
Well, it's Starr again.
One half of the War Wrestling Tag Team Champions and the victorious Starr. We don't know anything about Starr, but coming to the aid of Paris McQueen. Wait a second.
Take off his mask.
What is he doing? What?
No!
Taylor!
That wasn't Matt Taylor. That wasn't even the same body build as Matt Taylor.
Are you kidding me?
How did he disguise everything like that? And Shawna Reed just low-blowed Matt
That's
Taylor.
not even the same guy from earlier.
But they're wearing different clothes. He was wearing a darker shade of jacket earlier.
And he had a championship.
You want to fight? All right. This is what we're going to do. But, hey, Shawna, win, lose, or draw, this match, which I'm making right now, Jimmy Shane, Shawna Reed versus Paris McQueen, and Starr Matt Taylor.
Massive.
Massive claim, but Matt Taylor just got kicked in the nuts.
You will think
That seems to be going around tonight.
if you do not show up, if you give me some lame excuse why you can't wrestle, I will do to you what I did to Beast Man and strip you of that title.
Oh, and Jimmy Shane and Shawna Reed do not like that. You do not tell the crew what to do.
Joe, check on Matt if he's good to go.
And
Let's
up to mixed gender tag team match. How about
Shawna Reed starting off against an involuntary Matt Taylor.
Matt Taylor is not able to get to his feet, but oh no, the Dark Star might have been playing possum.
Oh, stiff forearm there from Shawna Reed.
Oh, and Shawna, this is not going to end well. Oh, wow. What a beautiful counter by the War Wrestling Women's Champion. Remember, her first pinfall loss in over a year and a half came to Paris McQueen, and she's over there in the corner ready for this fight, but Matt Taylor is looking for any way that he, again, the indirect low blow, but Taylor looking for any way he can to eliminate the crew. And it's not February anymore, but smoochy smoochy?
No, Matt Taylor I think he was looking to drop her.
Oh, speaking of drop.
Straight onto the head of Matt Taylor. Shawna Reed showing why she's a champion here in War.
And many other places. She and Paris McQueen have had their issues, but I think Shawna right now having an issue of kicking Matt Taylor pretty much anywhere that she feels like.
Well, you also got to think here that Shawna Reed has been around War for quite a while now. She has most certainly ran across Matt Taylor. I think we've even talked about this 2 or 3 events ago.
Super kick there from right
Taylor.
to the face.
Taylor has made probably friends and enemies 3 times over of the
Maybe
entire
some frenemies.
Yeah, of the entire locker room. It does not shock me the slightest that Shawna Reed has a bit of malice to him, let alone his issues with Jimmy Shane.
I was going to say, the fact that Jimmy Shane absolutely abhors Matt Taylor probably coming into it, and you know that the crew, hard hit. Shawna hit the back of her head and fell straight down. Paris now, a little hip attack, and it's Shawna in need to make a tag.
Just as a quick primer for those not aware, a while ago, as Michael had said, Shawna Reed's first pinfall here at War in quite a long time came at the hands of Paris McQueen and the survival of the fittest. And since then, Paris McQueen, via disqualification, beat Shawna Reed and earned herself a title match at an undisclosed future event. But now, ever since then, Shawna Reed has, for lack of a better term, she's been ducking Paris.
Oh, Jimmy Shane with the misdirection inside to draw Paris' eye line. Now Paris drops right on the back of her head with that German. But Paris said in her post-match promo, if you go and watch our last event, that she has had enough of this expletive from Shawna and that she does not believe in the expletive, that the excuse that there was an emergency in Europe that Shawna ducked her sent Alexis Littlefoot, and she was quickly dispatched.
Well, no matter what you may believe, in the end, we heard Ripper Blackheart earlier say that Shawna will have to defend that title at the anniversary show, one way or another.
She's done a pretty good job over the years in War Wrestling in those matches, and I said it earlier, you might have not happy thoughts about the crew, but when their backs are against the wall, they tend to find a way, and that way is usually with the numbers. Swing and a miss, and both ladies with the exact same idea.
Two very powerful high kicks.
Nothing will humble you like a boot to the face.
Very, very true.
What a just crazy night we've already had. Jimmy Shane, 6'2", 235, on a straight line. Issues with Matt Taylor for over a decade, and now Taylor with a head full of steam and a knee to the face.
Matt Taylor picking up Shane, DVD.
Right into the stomp. Normally goes for the top rope on that, but tried to get himself a 3, and Taylor.
We saw it earlier with Jake Ely. If you give any member of the crew time to breathe, catch their breath, they're going to do something to try to wiggle their way into an advantageous position. And
Taylor,
lo and behold, as soon as I say it.
Remember, it wasn't that long ago Matt Taylor hit that double stomp from the top of a steel cage in this building. Had a rough go of it. Beat Xodiak last month and was attacked by the Wise Guys, was 3G'd, was beaten up, but of course Jimmy Shane with a quote-unquote pinfall.
A bit of a spear there from Paris McQueen.
Both guys in their quarters, but the ladies now fighting it out.
Taking it to the outside now. Oh, it's taking out her photographer.
Well, Sean's got to be quick. Got to be quick if you're around ringside here. And Taylor's still over there on that quarter, and oh, Jimmy, he can't get up. Taylor double stomp to the back of the head. That's it. We're done here. 1 and 2 and 3. So Paris McQueen and her partner, the Dark Star Matt Taylor, with a win tonight.
Of this match. Paris
we have to denote in the record books that Matt Taylor is another time.
Matt Taylor!
That makes 3, I think. How about Matt Taylor, though? The former 2-time Respect champion, the Triple Crown champion, and a surefire, what's he got in mind? Hall of Famer. He's got the Shane chain that Jimmy carries to the ring with him. Matt's been the victim of this on the other end a handful of times, but I don't know if Jimmy's coming to realization.
Jimmy's just stuck there floundering on the floor like a dead fish.
Jimmy went to pick up Shawna's championship belt, and the good night. Thanks for coming, Jimmy.
Sleep tight, buddy, because you are out for the night.
So a just bad night for the crew continues as the Dark Star Matt Taylor gets the best of Jimmy Shane, but I don't know. I don't think he's done.
I don't either. I don't like the look of what is that? Is that?
Wait a second.
A trash bag?
Is he? Is that a? That's a body bag.
What?
What is... We've not seen this here in War Wrestling. Matt Taylor, again, he and Jimmy Shane do not like one another. But this is a whole nother level.
Putting Jimmy Shane inside of a body bag. I know these two have had their issues, but...
Guess he's going to let the paramedics sort him out?
No, I think he's going to zip it. I think he might try to suffocate him.
Just send him to the Allen County morgue. I don't know what Matt is thinking here.
If you zip up that bag, there's no oxygen.
Wait, Jimmy Shane is a human being. A detestable human being at that, but still. Jimmy Shane is inside that body bag.
I mean, for all the things that Jimmy Shane has done, it's well deserved.
May 31st, War Wrestling's biggest show of the year.
Where is he going with this?
Jimmy Shane, my best friend. I'm going to bury you in a body bag match.
Wow.
And I am going to end this forever.
Well, as plain as day, May 31st, Matt Taylor telling Jimmy Shane he's going to put him in a body bag again.
Jimmy might be stirring. He might be awake now, realizing what is happening. The lights have gone out for Jimmy Shane. Someone's going to have to come out and get him out of the body bag.
This is a very rare time of concern that I've ever felt for Jimmy Shane.
Words I never thought I would hear. Jimmy Shane picked the wrong fight, it would seem.
This is what happens when you cross paths with Matthew Taylor.
Here comes the crew.
This might be the first time I've ever been thankful for their presence.
I don't know. I feel like this is a reap what you sow deal. Jimmy, he can't know where he's at. He's got to be just struggling. Because look, the demons have come to get him.
I mean, of course he is. He's been huffing his own carbon dioxide. And that's extra bad because it's Jimmy Shane.
The fans here at War Wrestling appear to have no love lost for Jimmy Shane. Just another massive addition for May 31st. It is going to be an absolutely phenomenal afternoon and evening, starting with the Hall of Fame and then...
And of course, on top of that, need we remind everybody, Shawna Reed, according to Ripper Blackheart, will be defending the War Women's Championship no matter what. And Paris McQueen, I'm sure, is coming for her.
Jimmy
everybody
ran out of the building.
Everybody, we're going to try and get a grasp on the situation. We'll be right back.
You know, it's funny, isn't it? How life works. You know, you meet someone in this business and you think you can never count on them, but yet, Jimmy Shane, through all the odds, you and I became like this. I have a brother, but you became closer to me than him. You became my best friend I've ever met in this business. My children call you Uncle Jimmy, but yet here we are. War Wrestling 22, my man. It all comes down to this. We finally reached the breaking point in this relationship where only one of us could come out of this alive. So War Wrestling 22, Jimmy Shane, my best friend. It's you and I. It's a body bag match. And at the end of this night, I'm going to bury you, my friend, and end this once and for all.
Oh, Cody, what wonderful 18 years it has been with me and you together. But you know what was better than that? Was beating your ass in the ring tonight with that dog collar match. I cannot wait for you to see what I'm going to do to you May 31st at War 22. And this is not going to be about a husband versus wife. This is going to be about a wrestler versus a wrestler. Because I am no longer good enough for a girl. I'm just good. And you're going to see how good I am when I come out the winner. Ahí nos vemos, mi amor.
I still cannot believe El Dark Stario was Matt Taylor. I also can't believe I just lost the Kentucky Derby. But you know what's more important? Shawna Reed, on May 31st, there's no more running, there's no more hiding, there's no more floods in Tennessee. It is me and you at the anniversary show. And if you don't show up, that championship is as good as mine. Like it wasn't anyways. So Shawna, you can run, you can hide, but I'm going to be watching you like a hawk. And I will show you why I am the smartest, I am the sickest, and I am the bestest woman, and I will be the bestest women's champion.
Six-man tag action here at War Wrestling, an end of days, and I gotta be honest with you, at the end of this day, 3 of these 6 men could potentially have met their maker.
Led to the ring by Jexy Black and the Lycan, Alex Lynch. From the Waverly Hills Sanitarium, Kronos, the Berserker. From Fort Agent, Tacoma Valley,
Please don't eat the children, Beast
the
Man.
Pop Minister himself. He's the prophet of pain, Amos. And from deepest, darkest West Virginia, King Kong Husk.
There is a whole lot of crazy and a whole lot of violent amongst this group. However, I'm not telling any one of them anything like that.
There's just a whole lot of Wikked.
The question is, which one of them do you not want to cross in a lighted alley? Yes, I'll take yes as an answer, yes.
I don't think I want to cross the path of any single member of the Wikked at any time of day.
Amos might be the most sane member of that group. What's that say?
Which says a lot.
This is a, again, massive 6-man tag. You look at it and you've got Amos, Kronos, and Beastman. That is a whole lot of Wikked, not even counting Alex Lynch, who's worse for wear. But the other side around, it might be party time. You bring Venezuela, you're here to have a good time. But Alpha Sick comes to town.
He's showing Jacobs and Big Dick Myers out here tonight at War Wrestling. Here to come to the aid of one of their buds.
But look at the face of Beastman right now. He is just locked in and pissed off about losing the World Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Not only that, being stripped of said championship and having to earn his way back to a shot at it, which we know he's going to get in 28 days.
We did see he defeated Appollo Starr to earn himself a chance back to earn his former gold. He will be challenging whoever wins our following match, our main event of this evening. But right now, Will the Thrill out here, looking like an honorary frat brother of Alpha Sigma Sigma with that red cap on.
The pride of Lima, Ohio, in Bath High School.
I'm pretty sure he visited the universities right down the road. I'm pretty sure that's where he saw him.
Could be. They stopped at UNOH right down the street.
You know, the one.
I would imagine Alpha Sig has probably hit up a handful of parties. A lot of problems going on in the area. Stands to reason. A lot of college kids throwing some pickers too. but look at the just dichotomy of one side of the ring versus the other.
You have a set of 3 guys that are lean and are very athletic. They are all able to be high flying. They're high energy. And then you got the other side, big, monstrous, meaty, and Beastman is dancing. What?
That guy is.
I don't know what
Did he just make Beastman smile?
He did. I don't. What just? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know if how I feel about Beastman smiling, but who's not thrilled about this? Jexy Black.
True. I mean, we saw it. No, Jexy's having a good time with it too.
What in the hell is going on right now?
Amos is very confused. I'm confused. Alex is just, he's here. And Kronos, we can't tell.
Kronos' mask says he's happy, or his bag says he's happy, but...
Beastman, this might be the one time where Beastman trying to make Jexy stop talking was for the better.
Remember, though, those are the same set of people that Beastman tried to escape over and run over last month.
This is true. Anyways, back to our scheduled contest here. Big Dick Myers starting off in the ring.
That kid is put together.
He is. I've seen Myers since he started his wrestling journey. After he officially debuted, he's put on a lot of size. He's gotten a lot more chiseled.
There's absolutely no pledge to that kid.
Absolutely not.
He's going to start off with Amos, and a calculating individual, a dangerous individual, former War Wrestling Tag Team Champion.
But he's going up against a guy who's eating his dark red meat.
Yeah, this is, again, this is, you can't really pinpoint kind of an Amos style of he's going to do this, he's going to do this, he's going to do this, because he just started off biting Big Dick Myers.
I don't know if Amos knows what he's going to do when he starts a match.
I don't know that Amos knows most of the time what he has done.
The weirdest thing that I've always come to encounter with any match I have called of Amos's is that he always has a plan. He always has some crafty scheme in his head, yet how he actually accomplishes it, I can never foretell. I've worked alongside the man before, and I can never tell.
Beautiful chain wrestling on his part, but also remember, in all of the teams, in the 8 successful defenses of the War Wrestling Tag Team titles that this version of the Wikked and Kronos and Amos have, it is a win back in 24 against a different incarnation of Alpha Sig.
Indeed. Alpha Sig appearing here and there in the latest history of War Wrestling. Every time they've been here, they've always been very athletically impressive.
That is not taken away from their ability, but a second rope bulldog. That is not going to be enough to put Amos away. Just a dangerous team. Again, I think the maybe undersold thing in this matchup is if you look at Alpha Sig, I mean, for these guys, tag team wrestling is an art because through different versions, they've been the champs in Pro Wrestling Revolver, and that's kind of a who's who of who comes through the Midwest, and these guys are not going to be scared by a group on the other side, despite the about 750 pounds that they're facing.
Art is the one class that all members of Alpha Sig get an A in. Which is weird, because I also hear Casey's good at calculus.
Somebody took the lid off of the top of the man in the tie, and he is about to monster his way through Big Dick Jacobs. Oh, and a blind tag. Kronos, no way he saw it. Well, the throw in for the first time.
Showing off that drop kick.
On the drop kick.
Tag into KC.
Double drop kick. That takes it down. KC now, ice in his veins. Beastman came in and he either told him huss, which meant I will eat you, or he's just going to try to fight him. Beastman in control. How about that? Beastman in control of two grown men.
And able to make them collide into each other with just his wrists.
Beastman, a full head of steam, and down he goes. Landed on his feet.
I think the floor just shook.
That's what that was. Amos up, and there he goes.
Saved by his wicked brethren. But now, the brothers of Alpha Sig, I think, do you think what I'm thinking?
I think they're looking for a flight right out of the Allen County Airport, up and over, and into the guardrail goes Kronos.
Alex Lynch incensed on the
but
side.
Look in the corner, who's left over there? I think Will's thinking about catching that same flight.
Beastman and Kronos.
You didn't know Wildcats could fly until right now. Look at the height for Will.
Beastman, did Beastman just let Kronos and Amos take the brunt of that?
Pretty sure.
He seemed like he wasn't very thrilled to be a part of it, which, to be fair, as we've seen in recent times, Beastman has been acting of his own accord lately. And for the longest time, Jexie's had him under her lock and key with the Bona Husk.
Even down to the fact that he's wearing new gear.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Kronos
is that Alpha Sig is going to think twice on both members before they try to take on Kronos.
Look at that. Casey Jacobs' head is at a full 90-degree angle right now, parallel to his shoulders. That is just an inch, and he just tore the spinal cord of his neck there.
Just trying to rip the head off of 5-year pro. Kronos 371 days as the World Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and really, to tell that story, has 371 days of terrorizing World Wrestling.
Ever since the Wikked have stepped foot into War Wrestling, they have made their claims clear that they are here to destroy and destroy and destroy.
Also, Alex Lynch just got the double #1 from a young man in the audience. Kronos, he got the effect of the side slam. 1, 2, we're done. 3.
Casey Jacobs barely able to kick out in time.
You know, on the way that spin went, I almost thought Casey was going to get the better part of that.
That's what I thought too, but no, that was just pure kinetic force of Kronos throwing him down.
What are you wishing for?
Ooh.
I would wish for that not to happen to me.
A new set of pants.
Or a trip to anywhere else. What a Beastman.
Or new shoes.
Taking off the shoe. What is he? He's biting him on the bottom of his
toes.
Who didn't feed that man? Wow.
I'm fairly certain the state of Ohio does not allow human consumption.
All right, you want to be the one to go tell him?
No.
No. I think you do whatever you want. Oh no, Beastman. Casey Jacobs just got hit with a Cadillac.
And you hear the crowd. They're going ape over it.
They're going Amos right now in the corner. He was absolutely loving it. That dude is not right. So what do you do here if you're Casey Jacobs? Suplexing.
Not that. That is a horrendous idea.
Suplexing the mountain is probably not high on that list.
The mountain
suplexes you, yes. Beastman, an 18-year pro, the Stone Age Savage. 307 days after he beat Brandon Day at the War Rumble.
There's been a lot of talk lately of 100 men versus one silverback gorilla. I think if there is one man who could probably go toe-to-toe with a gorilla on his own, it's Beastman.
I mean, he's quite literally a beast and a man.
Yeah, and I think he has a good chance of winning.
I gotta be honest with you, I think if you take Kronos and Beastman against 100 men, I think they're probably winning. Let alone the one poor gorilla. They'll probably rip that dude in half.
Yeah.
And eat it.
Cincinnati Zoo's had enough gorilla problems.
R.I.P. Harambe.
10-year anniversary.
It's a beast man. He's not up for shenanigans. Hey, how often have you ever said super kick with the socks on?
I can't say I have ever.
Oh, I don't know what it was, but it was effective. Threw him like a slab of roast beef.
Gotta put him through the meat grinder at this point.
I don't know where the doctor is, but the hospital's right down the street.
Well, we found its escapee right here, so.
Dick and Will are not having a good time over in the corner right now. And KC is having an even worse time. Just a straight punch to the solar plexus.
Cronus just taking across every corner here to further the brutality.
I think this is going to go even worse for Jacobs. He didn't get the height, but just dumped him down.
I think no matter what the result of this match is, Casey Jacobs will need to be taken to a medical facility.
If this hits, he's going to be needed that body bag we saw earlier. Kronos all the way to the second row. Oh! And he caught Casey Jacobs in the head with a kick.
He got away from the meat of it, but still,
Took a size 15 shoe upside his ear hole. Look at both Will the Thrill and Dick trying to get back in, but do you want to get into the match right now?
For the sake of my brethren's health, yes. For the sake of my own, no.
Will is just crazy enough to pull this off. See a low bridge and a knee to the face. Oh, beautiful kick. Amos now reeling as Will. It's his own version of a sling blade. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Kronos just reached across and raked him in the eyes. Again, not many times I've ever seen a guy coming in, raking the eyes to break up a pin.
Oh, look at this. Dick Myers trying to take down the Berserker. He's choosing his lower center of gravity. He's holding on.
Is that considered a weapon? Is he double team DDT and the DDT and the face breaker?
I know Kronos could take a lot, but surely if you can. Okay, Kronos rolling out of way so he can't get pinned.
Remember,
Lies
though,
on
he's
his
not
part.
legal. Amos was the legal man. Kronos came in to help to break up the pin, and the unfortunate situation is now
they have to face
Beastman. And Will have Beastman as the legal man, and what is Jesus, Beastman?
Dick Myers.
Best
Charging
beard
up.
in the game, or best mustache in the game, but the Mountain ran him over.
Don't tell River Maverick that.
Well, I'm not going to not tell him. Let somebody else do it. Beastman, what is happening?
Beastman wears 2 pairs of pants.
Beastman's wearing pants. Oh! He's just shed whatever.
I think Myers is unconscious. I don't think he's awake.
We might need to borrow the body bag or 3. Beastman might just try to stack him up at this point. And again, going back to what I said earlier. Oh no! Oh my goodness!
What in the world? Oh my lord!
The world's most powerful slam and a power bomb all in one. I dare say that Beastman is pissed off and focused about 28 days from now in the War Heavyweight Championship, but he's taking it out on Alpha Sig and Will.
Will's not taking that lightly, though.
Will doesn't know what he doesn't know, as it's said that you don't go after the monster, you run from the monster. Give him what he's got in guts, though. Beastman, oh no.
This cannot end well. This never does.
Will.
Oh.
Tried that same DDT.
Oh, but this is where that leafness that I was talking about earlier is coming into play. Able to duck around the Beastman.
Tried the leg lariat. got Beastman struggling now, and he pump kick as well.
He has Beastman wobbly.
Looking for his version of a top rope impact move. Stereo super kick.
And now,
Will
up high.
The moonsault.
But caught by the Beastman.
The Beast got him. Oh, good night. That's got to be
One,
it. 1, 2,
two,
3. I think it can count to 100.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this match, Kronos the Berserker.
Beastman with a win in this 6-man tag. Amos and Kronos. And for a squad that has collectively not been reading the same series of books, they seem like a pretty well-oiled unit tonight.
That they do. I want to say, not for a lack of trying by Alpha Sigma Sigma and Will the Thrill. Will the Thrill might be one of the closest people to have ever knocked Beastman Luffy in the past year, and that's impressive. Alpha Sigma, meanwhile, are taking it to Amos and Chromos on the outside.
But remember, too, last month Beastman had to use that bone to knock out his opponent. This time, he just had to wait for Will to make a mistake. And Will looks pretty much like a crime scene victim right now.
And now both members of Alpha Sig caught on the floor. All of their energy has been tapped. The Wikked standing tall. Again, remember everybody, May 31st, 28 days from now, Beastman will be challenging once again for the
and here
World
comes a
Championship.
whole lot of dude.
Whole lot of dude. Crash is here.
That's the man he could potentially
And Appollo
face.
Starr.
Not only that, Apollo in an equalizer.
And the War Security team.
Because this went well at the end of last month.
Now we did hear from River Blackheart last month. If these two touch each other, they are both instantly.
Wait a second. Beastman just shoved Jexy out of the way.
Oh, and he looks mad. He looks real mad about it.
She tried to take the bone away from him.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like I was trying to say, it's if Crash and Beastman touch each other at all, River Blackheart says they are both immediately taken out of their chances to fight for the championship.
And remember, again, what we've been talking about, Beastman already has his spot.
Yep. Meanwhile, you just saw Apollo and Alex Lynch just about to get into it with each other.
The security are carrying Beastman out of the arena.
Notice how it takes 7 men to do that.
I guess 7 men versus 1 Beastman. Apollo telling Kronos, come get some.
Apollo has had enough of the Wicked's antics, and frankly, I completely understand. Crash checking on Will the Thrill over there.
I think that's the puddle known as Will the Thrill right now. 20 security to get the Wikked out of here.
Will the Spill.
I think that's pretty apt right now, actually. Will. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know where a lot of this goes, to be honest with you. There's so much just crazy that happened in the last 2.5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is currently no War Wrestling Champion. That title is vacant. This next match, our main event tonight, the winner of this
So
match
we're going straight into the main event.
Beastman for the vacant heavyweight championship.
Crash Jackson has been on the precipice of earning a championship shot by himself, going back to months ago when Beastman was the champion. It was in the middle of that big reign of 307 days, but he's now just one step. But the problem is that step is Xodiak.
Crash here, looking ready for a fight. But exactly as you said, Xodiak the Mystic is his opponent here in our main event. Of course, the one final member of the Wikked that we have had yet to see tonight, and it's probably for this exact reason. The Wikked wants to ensure that one way or another, they leave the anniversary show with the War Championship in their grasp. And there you see Jexy Black and now it's Lynch leading out the Mystic with flames in his hands.
You know, he had a chance to cut a promo after our last event. A guy who's been around for 27 years now. He said that he is the creepiest incantation of fear that War Wrestling has ever seen, and he will be the guy to lead the Wikked to a massive destruction with his return. That's a bold proclamation, but you've got to believe that he sees it. You know, the Mystic, he sees himself at the end of the night earning this spot against Beastman.
Xodiak has won championships in just about every single promotion he has stepped his feet into, and it is not simply by a hook or crook scheme. It is not by soothsaying. It's not by fortune telling. It's him taking his hand and basically ripping your heart out of you until you can't keep going.
You know, I have a massive amount of respect for Crash Jackson, obviously missing a show and the insanity of the last time he was here, he and Beastman being pulled apart, security being dragged out of the building, Beastman being threatened and ultimately stripped of the championship. But, you know, for a 9-year pro, guy who's been up and down the roads, trained by Sami Callihan, so that, to me, he's not all there. He knows what it's going to take against a guy like Xodiak. But it's also the question of, can he go to that length? Can he go to that place?
He's going to have to against someone like Xodiak, especially now, as of late, that Xodiak, for those who haven't been following him as of the past few months, slowly has been becoming another incantation of himself, slowly turning into this Mad Taylor type figure. And we see that hanging pouch there on the ring post. If I am at all certain, there are pointed sewing needles in that bag, and I do not want to see them come out.
You know, after all the things I've seen come out of bags here tonight, I don't think I want to know anymore. We saw a chain come out of a Hello Kitty bag earlier on. Jackson able to get back up, and you know, he's coming in. He's now just chucked to the floor again. It's a smart move for Xodiak. Buys himself time, lets himself just kind of regroup. He's telling you right now how smart he is, but makes Crash Jackson have to get back in, beat the count, because Jackson's coming off of a loss last time he was here, lost to Jacob Rose, and then got beat down before the Wikked. That is a big part of what contributed to it. But then Beastman got him at the end of the show, so he is very unhappy right now with the Wikked.
One thing I will say for certain, I do not envy PG Rodriguez for getting the referee pull on this match.
No, someone said, hey, you want to referee the main event? He said, sure. And then they told him what it was. He said, okay. Just repeatedly. Now, for the first time, Xodiak going to the floor, and this is not going to go well for Crash. We've seen how numbers can play, whether it was the crew earlier on or whether it's what the Wikked has been able to do over the years.
Raking the back of Crash there. And look at this. Jexy and Alex Lynch just over here on the side. They don't, in comparison to how Jexy has been most of the night, yes, she seems calm. She's smiling right now.
I don't know that she wants to get anywhere near Xodiak. There seems to be kind of a disconnect between the two of them.
I don't know what exactly Jexy's whole deal going on with the individual members of the Wikked has been. But one thing is for certain, no matter who it is, each one of them is just, well, I hate to use the pun, but they're just a beast in working. They're all
Some
just
would say Wikked.
Yeah.
You can't bite him.
Well, I almost bit someone just a few minutes ago.
This is just, it's just brutality. And also, Crash Jackson, you know, this is a hard thing for him too, because he's been beaten up. He got back at about 9 3/4 into the ring in front of the official PG Rodriguez. But you know, this is a hard thing for him to be in, because you have a long career ahead of yourself, but you can't just throw in the towel tonight for your own health and safety, because then you don't advance for a chance to win the championship.
And if you do that, you give the Wikked exactly what they want. You don't want the Wikked to hold the title again. You don't want them to have control.
I guess the better question is, if it were to be Xodiak against Beastman, what would the Wikked Civil War do to this building? If it's even standing by the time we get to that match.
I don't know if it will be. The one thing I can say for certain if that is to come to pass is that the ferociousness of Xodiak.
He's petting him?
I think he's just making him watch, letting him be berated by
trying to
Jexy.
embarrass him. Oh. Crash fought back by spitting at Jexy.
Xodiak is just letting Crash slowly lose all hope.
Abandon all hope who enter here?
More like abandon all hope who are about to fall there.
Yeah, either way, Dante's thrilled right now. Just straight right hands and a knee to the face.
Something else we also have to remind ourselves of is Crash Jackson just last year, after a very lengthy recovery time, came back from having I believe it was a broken shoulder injury, or believing it was something with his elbow as well. And this is these tumbles he's taken to the outside. I believe he has been falling primarily on that same side.
Oh! And we had thought that Crash's fingers hurt from being bitten. That backhand across the steel could not have felt well.
Absolutely not. But now Crash returning. Giant overhand chop.
And you just look at him, you know that a whole lot of dude is a whole lot of power. A power lifter and a football background for this young man. And he's now just kind of trying to will himself back into this, but a straight right foot to the face will help you out.
And look at that. Just walked up right up to Lynch and just said, "Do it. What are you going to do about it?"
Lynch, right in front of the official, pulled his foot down and allowed Xodiak to get back in control. Now, of course, Alex with his one good arm said, "I didn't do anything." Scoop. Elbow combination.
Goes for a cover. 1, 2. It was a kick out, but it was a weak one.
Again, goes right back to biting him. You know, the arm, by the way, you see Alex Lynch, he was victorious here tonight earlier on, but I don't know that he's going to feel like a winner because of that arm.
The thing that I am most worried about when it comes to the offense that Xodi has been inflicting. I'm waiting for the likes of the heart punch to come out. Or for him to dig into his bag of tricks, one or the other. Or right now, taking the thumb right into the pressure point in the neck. You see Crash is slowly turning purple.
I think Alex Lynch said, it's over, we're out of here. Jackson said, here's your hero.
Crash's hand is slowly losing power in it.
He might be out.
If Xodiak holds him here any longer, his lights are on.
The light is on yellow right now. Severe caution, but said no way.
Crash is refusing to let the Wikked get what they want.
Crash is trying to figure out, how do I get out of this? How do I get a 300-pound man off my back? I'll just bite him. He got me first.
He got just enough to get that thumb away from him is what he needs to get back in this. Xodiak caught by an elbow.
Tagged him with one and a massive left-handed clothesline. Left a mark, I would imagine, across the chest of Xodiak.
Xodiak is down on the floor. Crash having to take a moment to catch his breath, but you can see that fire in him. It's growing. It's more and more bright by the moment.
28 days from now, one of these men will be in the main event at War 22 in the Hall of Fame show, taking on the last man to hold the World Wrestling Championship before he was stripped last month by Ripper Blackheart.
Russian leg sweep there. Xodiak.
You think he's Russian?
He's wearing a mask, I can't tell.
It's a 2 count. is a hard one, though, because the whiplash of going right back on the bottom of his, kind of on the bottom of the neck and the top of the skull. Oh, Xodiak, I think he's feeling like this one is over. He tried to hook him once before, but
trying to go back for the thumb.
Crash able to get a right arm and say, nope, that's not what we're doing. Xodiak with a full head of steam, and Crash with a back elbow. Trying to go for that close up. Oh, he feigned it and got him with a DDT.
Xodiak and Crash both, I think they are seeing both all shades of black right now in their vision.
Seeing all shades of that body bag for Jimmy Shane that we saw earlier on. That is going to be just, I don't even know how to describe that match, but incredibly violent. That you have to incapacitate your opponent enough to zip him up in a body bag.
A body bag, a dog collar, a ladder match. Lord knows what's coming next.
WorldWrestling.com is going to be busy and on Facebook as well, but make sure you get your tickets, and I said bring 15 of your friends.
May 31st cannot come soon enough.
Both guys going from open-handed slaps to just straight right fists. Peter Rodriguez counting along of, all right, I'm going to stay out of the way of this.
Hey, I'm not getting in the middle of it. I'm not telling them they can't. Not at this point.
Into the corner. Whole lot of dude. Back in control. No.
Reverse out.
Rope-a-dope. Wait a sec. Oh. Hold up. Peachy now.
Peachy just got squashed.
Tried to get out of the way. Xodiak got him. But it's Crash.
Suplex, but there's no referee, Crash.
1, 2, 3. Crash should be one half of the title picture right now.
Rick, why don't you count it? Aren't you licensed or something? Where's Ripper? Oh, God.
No. We've already seen the Prophet of Pain, and you know what he's thinking about. So also, by the way, still impressed that Kronos got his tie on. So he's still all business here tonight.
And now, as the Wikked in full force, circling around the ring.
There appears to be one missing, though.
Well, we saw him. He got taken away by security.
Probably at the LPD right now. Crash got ahead, but Kronos right back on top. Amos directing traffic, and the beatdown from the Wikked now continuing. Oh no. This is exactly what he talked about earlier. No referee, and that bag now becomes a part of this contest.
Please don't tell me I was right.
Oh no, we can't.
That's.
Wait a second. He's not really thinking.
Is that a lighter?
He's not thinking of fireball again. This can't happen. Where is security?
Xodiak, the Mystic,
Wait, why?
No.
Oh my God!
He just burned the eyes of Kronos.
Crash able to get out of the way, and Kronos over to the table goes Amos, and still though the referee trying to get back to his feet. Say goodbye to Amos. Here comes Crash. Massive clothesline. Beating
Crash.
3-on-1.
Saito, get the cover, man. You can do it.
To take on the Beastman. 1, 2, 3. And Crash Jackson against Beastman in the main event of War 22.
For the vacant War Championship is Crash!
The War Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Beastman, stripped, gets an opportunity, beats Apollo Starr. He beat one guy. Crash Jackson had to beat 3 to get his opportunity.
Crash just proved to the entire locker room and to Beastman, wherever he may be, it doesn't matter how many men you put in front of me, I will do what I have to do to earn my spot.
He is not only a whole lot of dude right now, he is that dude. Crash Jackson getting a chance to tell the Wikked where they screwed up.
Your title, Jesse. Your title. She thinks it's her title. No, it's not your title. Ever since I stepped foot into a war wrestling ring many years ago, just a young punk kid trying to make the towns, trying to be the top of the card. Well, guess what? At the anniversary show on May 31st, guess who's on top of the damn card now?
Years of work putting in and paying off.
It's a whole lot of dude. Crash versus Beastman for the War Heavyweight Championship. That match will headline anywhere in the damn country. Ask anyone, they'll tell you the same thing. But you amazing people in Lima get to experience it here. You guys get to see stuff like that every single month. At the anniversary show, we celebrate the people that came before us. But not only that, we're going to celebrate the future, okay? The future. The whole lot of dude Crash is about to become a whole lot of champ. So get ready. Get your Beast Man ready, okay? I've heard you guys talking all about his trips to Japan, his death matches. I've heard all about it. I study, I pay attention. Well, guess what? Main event, anniversary show, May 31st, Beastman versus Crash in a Japanese death match for the War Heavyweight Championship!
A Japanese death match?
That is the main event of War 22, a hell of a night. We're going to have starting at 5:30 with the Hall of Fame, and at 7 o'clock, War 22, Crash Jackson and Beastman for the biggest prize in Ohio in the World Wrestling Championship. Make sure you join us. Bring all of your friends, everyone you've ever met. That is a great night tonight for Bryce and Mike. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow. It's all of us here at World Wrestling.